Center. Kobe Bryant had 24 points, was 8 of 24, and 3 from 13 from the three-point line, 0 from 5 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Kobe after the game.
That felt good. I mean, the shots didn't go down in the fourth quarter, but my health felt good, and, you know, that timing will come back. Like I said, I just haven't played in a minute, but I feel pretty good.
Skip, what'd you see from Kobe Bean?
Molly, Stephen A., I must tell you, in the first half, I was very happy with what I saw from Kobe Bean Bryant. I liked the way he was moving. I liked the way his body looked. He had a freshness to him. He looked like he could still be a factor in the National Basketball Association. Crossed over a couple of T-Wolves dudes. Looked good. Look, you know, a little like the old Kobe, the great old Kobe, the younger Kobe. And then, Stephen A., I cannot tell a lie. As the second half began to evolve, Kobe started falling back into the same old, bad old patterns. Kobe Bryant last night, in total, wound up taking 24 shots. That's 10 more than any of his Laker teammates took. That's more than anybody took in any of the 14 NBA games last night. That was the most shots attempted last night, 24 shots by Kobe Bryant. On contested three-point shots, Kobe went 1 for 9. When he tried to create his own shot, he was 3 for 16. On passes from teammates, when he was just a spot-up shooter, he went 5 for 8. Pretty good. He had only 1 assist late in the game in the 31, that came with 31 seconds left. Lou Williams ended up taking the last shot of the game for the Lakers when they did have a chance to tie or win the game.
Yep.
And I wasn't surprised, because if you know the stat on Kobe, he has now missed, or up to this moment, he has missed his last 9 potential go-ahead shots with 5 seconds or less left in regulation or overtime. So Byron Scott wants Lou Williams to be the closer, the last shot taker. Big picture, it just didn't feel that good to me. I liked the way he looked. I didn't like the way he performed, the way his contribution to a Laker team that blew a lead and lost to a very, as we know, very young, inexperienced Timberwolves team. It didn't feel good to me in the end for Kobe's contribution to this team that a lot of people think has a shot at the 8th playoff spot, and I do not. Your thoughts?
Well, you know, I don't believe they have a shot.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, I must tell you, I completely agree with you. I was not impressed with Kobe Bryant's performance last night. I thought he made some good shots in the first half. Obviously struggled miserably in the second half. I did not blame Byron Scott for calling Louis Williams' number. He had 21 points on the evening. I think, what did he shoot, 6 of 14 from the field for the game. You know, it didn't bother me that Louis Williams got called for the last shot, although if you're going to take it to the basket, I would have preferred that it be Kobe instead of him. If you were just going to shoot a perimeter shot, I would have said pick Louis Williams. Overall, I think that, you know, once again, this is the Black Mamba. This is the league MVP and a 5-time champion. It's just one game, and we understood that, you know, he didn't play too much last year or even the last 2 years, only 41 games in the last 2 years of a possible 164 regular season game. So we understand that. And, you know, obviously he'll feel himself out because he's forgotten more about the game of basketball in terms of what it takes to be successful than any of us will ever know. The flip side to it, however, is that the reason why I think it's apropos to say that we were disappointed is because one of the things they consistently rave about, Skip, when it comes to Kobe Bryant is his footwork. How beautiful his footwork is and how elevated his basketball IQ is. What I'm starting to get tired of is this reliance on the jump shot when there are so many things that he can do. You watch Kobe take a quick step, get loose, and what have you. He has this ability to shake off and evade defenders. That means he can get to the basket more. That means he can get to the free throw line more. That means everything doesn't have to be a jump shot. And remember, only 4 of the 24 attempts that he made last night were from inside. Everything else was a jump shot. I do understand that he's 37 and that the spring in his step no longer exists compared to what it used to be. He's still Kobe. He's still going to be great. I have no doubt about that. But he is too intelligent. He is too smart just to be shooting jump shots. He needs to get to the free throw line a little bit more and get people off of him that way too, because I think that could ultimately open up his perimeter game even more if he start getting some cats in foul trouble.
Yep.
He's too smart for that. So to me, I wasn't overly impressed with his performance in the second half. It was just one game. I'm not worried about him in the slightest so long as he's healthy. But I'm judging him by his standards. He could have been much better than what he was.
You know, to your point, I wonder if in his 20th season, Kobe Bryant doesn't yet trust his body enough after the major injuries he's been through to take it to the rack. Is he avoiding contact? Because if you drive the basketball, obviously, there's going to be lots of contact. Do you think he just doesn't trust or want to inflict that kind of contact on himself in his 20th year?
I won't pretend to know the answer to that question. And when it comes to guys in the league that I actually talk to, I like to give them an opportunity to answer the question. Now, if I don't talk to you because we don't have that kind of relationship, but I can't get you on the phone, then I'll come up and I'll project in my own way based on talking to other people. But for people that I speak to directly, when I can just ask you the question and you'll answer it, I'd rather wait until I speak to Kobe to answer that question. What I will tell you, however, is this. I just know that his basketball IQ and his footwork are two of the things that he's lauded for the most.
Yep.
So when you consider that, there's no reason for him to rely on the jump shot as much as he does. Of course you use it in your repertoire. Of course it's a dominant presence in your repertoire because you're no longer 27 years of age, you're 37. We get that. But at the same time, I do think that he can get to the line a little bit more than he does as opposed to jacking up long-range shots.
Speaking of jump shots, Ricky Rubio's looked better. You guys can't contest that.
Well, Ricky Rubio was shockingly effective last night with 28 points, 14 assists. I couldn't believe what I saw because I'm not that big of a Ricky Rubio fan. He can really, really pass. But I don't see anything else that I would trust him to do. I don't trust his jump shot, and I damn sure don't trust his defense. He makes the terrific passes, set for the highlight reels or whatever. But I happen to believe that Zach LaVine is somebody that's on the verge of being very much better than he is eventually. I think that the upside is Zach LaVine in the years to come as opposed to Ricky Rubio. I'm not that sold on Ricky Rubio, so I was surprised at how good he looked last night because never in a million years did I think that he would be hitting jump shots and dropping 28 points on anybody.
58 points.
I was shocked.
To Molly's very interesting point and pertinent point that she made. Last night in the fourth quarter, Ricky Rubio made 4 out of 5 shots. Kobe Bryant 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter.
Oh, you guys are on Team Molly right now. I like
one
it.
Of us is.
Thank you.
One of us.
Thank
Well,
you.
one of us is. One of us is. I want to give props to Sam Mitchell, obviously coaching in place of Flip Saunders.
Yes.
Good job by him last night. They came back to win that game. Lakers lost a 16-point lead, basically validating you and I, Skip, talking about how we can't see them making noise in the West. I mean, you couldn't beat Minnesota.
We'll leave it there. Rematch in the works? Could it be true? Manny makes some interesting comments about another super fight with Floyd